Hello and welcome to the Data's YouTube channel. Today we'll talk about how to use regular expressions in BigQuery. You can easily watch this video if you're already familiar with regular expressions. Even if you have no clue about regular expressions, we will use simple examples to show you how regular expressions can help you in BigQuery. But before you watch this video, please check out the other videos from our free SQL course on this YouTube channel. Or go to our website, link in the description, and watch the videos there. But let's start with the regular expressions now. So let's take a look into some functionalities in BigQuery and how to use regular expressions there. I will also sometimes call them regex or regexes because that is at the end just the short form of it. Both is totally fine. Usually you will see regex in the internet. So due to that we will also use a lot of time regex. But let's start. So I will just copy the first one and already putting it here. So here you see the first operation or use of regular expressions. And I will tell you at first, okay, what are regular expressions in general, quickly. If you do not know, if you still don't understand it really, check some other resources. It's not a video about exactly how to determine and what are regexes about. It's more like how to use it in BigQuery, but we will use simple examples to show you what it is capable of. So we are taking our order item data. In the next parts or in the next examples, we will then also use our bike share data. I will just group it by the product name. So we then have a list of all our product names, and then I will just order it by count rows, whatever, not important. So just that we have kind of a sorting inside. And then I'm doing here all these different regex functionalities. So in total, these are 10 different functionalities. They're doing the same because it's a regex contains. It means we are searching for a string inside a string at the end, or certain characters or whatever, inside a string value. So in this kind, on this thing, it's a product name. So let's start with it right away, and then we will see what are the outcomes. So we will go step by step through it. So it's a regex contains, which means this value even gives a true or false. That's it. Not more, not less. So we are checking the product name. So in the first example, it's a hoodie with that name, and we are checking now, does that product name contains an A? Important, a lowercase a, but at the end it just need to be somewhere an A. At the beginning, at the end, in the middle, it need to be a lowercase a. That's it. So when we check here, yes, so we have here an A, and that's it. We have here also an A, and even here an A. If the A appears 2, 3, 1 time, whatever, not important. If it's happening more than 1 or more times, it's true. Here, for example, we have a false, as you see, because here in this one, we do not have anywhere an A. That's already the first regex at the end, a simple regex, but it's a regex. So at the end, we can use that already. So let's do the next one. The next one is, for example, a T, uppercase T, super important. But as you see, so here, for example, it's false, here it's false, here it's true, because we have a T-shirt. So just a T with an uppercase T, and also here. And due to that, these two are true. These are false because there we have no uppercase T inside. So the next one, AT. So here we are checking, are we seeing here somewhere an AT? Well, as you see, no, there's never an AT. Why? Because we are searching exactly for the order at first, so somewhere in the beginning, at the end, or in the middle of the string, but it need to be at first a lowercase a and then an uppercase T. Exactly in this order. If there is something in between the lowercase a and the uppercase T, it doesn't count. It need to be exactly this order of characters. It's never the case that we have that in our product names, and due to that it's always false. But I want to do something else. I would like to have the regex form. I would like to say, okay, and this I'm doing now with these kind of brackets, which is already showing first time the glimpse of the power of regex. So this one here, these brackets are a reserved character, which means when we're putting this into a regex string, it's not searching by these brackets. This one tells us, okay, there's something that comes now additional functionality to it, which means when I put any characters, digits, whatever, into these kind of brackets, it means at the end an OR, which means even there is a lowercase a in the string or there's an uppercase T inside, then please put it as true because it contains even a lowercase a or an uppercase T. The string contains one of them, and else a false. So let's check. It's a regex 4. So nearly all of them are 2. Here, for example, we have a false. Why? Because we do not have an A inside and we do not have an uppercase T inside. And that's it. That's the whole magic. So a big difference between this one and this one, not because any kind of different strings or characters, it's just because we put these kind of brackets here in the beginning of the string of the regex and at the end. Now we can also do something like that. I think with your human eye, it's quite understandable now what it is, which means, okay, I would like to have a 2 on all the product names, which contains an uppercase a lowercase a, sorry, or a lowercase c, or because I put here a minus inside or a hyphen, a lowercase b inside. So lowercase a, b, or c is fine, just alphabetically. So I'm saying alphabetically, the characters or the characters from A to Z are fine. So I check it, it's regex 5. So here, for example, we do not have anywhere an A, a B, or a C inside. And that's it. So that's the whole magic behind. So here we have with the minus, we have already the second new phrase you can put inside regular expressions, a reserved word, to basically expand the functionality of a regex. So here the same, it's basically just that it goes from D to G, again in alphabetical order, and that's it. So regex 6 it is. So here we have a lot of 2s, we have even, we have all of them are 2, because one of these characters between D and G or D and G are basically inside. But always important, it's lowercase. So if it's getting already a little bit more complicated, if you would like to have lowercase and or uppercase, that's already getting a little bit more complicated, which is easily handleable or usable if you would like to do it, but a little bit more regex knowledge need to be achieved here. So now the next one is that I search something with uni inside, as you see here, but I put this character here in front. What does that mean? That means the string need to be started with uni. So it need to start with uni, which means we can quickly check regex 7. So it's always false. Here it's 2, because as you see, it's unisex. So then, which means, okay, it starts with uni. So to do that, it's 2. All the other ones, even if we would have somewhere uni inside, which I think is not really the case, but you can trust me, due to we say, okay, uni need to be at the beginning. It's just showing a 2 when it's at the beginning. That's it. Then we have hoodie, and here we are using the $sign. It's vice versa at the end, which says, okay, the hoodie need to be at the end of the string. So let's check, it's regex 8. So here we have hoodie, 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 and so on and so on. Here again, here it's even hoodie and hoodie. Yes, so everywhere here the string ends with a hoodie. So due to that, regex 8 is then 2. And then we have this one, so a combination of, okay, it need to be start with hoodie and it need to end with hoodie, which at the end exactly accepts one string, just if a string contains hoodie, and that's it. So due to that, regex 9 is always false. Quite easy, I think. And then we have regex contains product name man, woman, and unisex. In our IT language, you can say that's an or here, which means, okay, in this product name, there need to be man, woman, or unisex, exactly written like that. One of these need to be inside, then it's counting as 2 at the end. So let's check it. So here we have 2 because we have man, we have here 2, and so on and so on. So this here, for example, it's false. Why? Because it's a coffee mug, so due to that, there is no gender information attached. So that's it at the end. What you cannot do, for example, is man and woman. Why I just do not say, okay, I just take man, then woman is also inside. I cannot do, because woman, the W is in uppercase, and then man is the M in uppercase. So due to that, even that is not possible, right? There are possibilities to say, okay, somehow ignore the lowercase or uppercase. It's possible, but as I said, a little bit more complex, and we keep here on quite easy examples, but it's possible. Okay, so let's switch to the next examples or to the next functionalities. So regex contains we covered now, but there are additional functionalities in BigQuery we want to discover now. So let's take the next example. We are taking exactly the same kind of structure of data. So we are just taking now bike share trips. We are taking not the product name now, we are taking the start station name. We are grouping by the start station name, and we order by the count rows, so just that we have kind of an order. So yes, due to that it's bike share trips, you can easily just copy and paste that code. So we have regex extract. What is that about? I would say, as usual, let's start that one, and then we see what it is. we have at first the start station name San Francisco Caldwell, Townsend at 4th, whatever. And now we have here San Francisco Caldwell, Townsend at 4, but TH and the brackets are not there anymore. So what is it doing? Regex extract in general says, okay, you can define in the regex a certain part of the string, which I will regex, extract to the other column, so to the next column, so in this case to regex 1. That's the whole use case of regex extract, which means you are taking at first which, as usual, which column / value you would like to check, you want to get data from. And then you show the pattern here, and then just the column name as usual. And everything you want to extract, you put in these brackets. So in the usual brackets, you know. So we say, okay, dot star. Dot star means at the end everything. So if I would just do something like this one, I would get again all the data from start station name. So start station name and regex 1 would be exactly the same string. That's it. But that's not really something we would like to have. But we say, okay, take everything until you find the first th, which is here exactly the case. And after th, everything else is not important anymore. But please do not take the th and everything else after in the next column. I would just like to have everything before the th. What you see here perfectly, which means I'm just taking at the end this part, the th itself and everything afterwards, so the brackets are not part of regex 1 anymore. If that regex, because we do not have a th and then something afterwards, is not fitting to the string value, so to start station name, the regex 1 is null. It does not contain everything or whatever. It just says the pattern does not match. Due to that, I'm giving out a null. So we can check. Here, for example, we have Townsend at 7, and here we have the th. They also don't need to be something, super important. So dot star means there can be something, but it doesn't need to. Yes, so here you see some examples. Here, for example, something where I would say, that's not what I would like to have. Because here you have second at so at the end, because so then we have th and then park, but I would like maybe the task at the beginning was to get rid of this th or whatever. This at the end here works technically, but it's maybe not the desired format you would like to have. So then let's take the second example. Here we have regex 2 with, okay, take everything until you find at the end, so it need to end with st. So let's check if we have here examples here, for example. So at first we are checking, okay, the string ends with st. So due to that, it's part of the regex extract and regex 2 will have an output. And here we see, okay, it takes exactly this one. It even takes the white space here. It also takes with inside. Maybe we see it here when we basically mark it. So then we see here that even the white space is still part of it. So here as well, it ends with st, and due to that we have then mark it st at 10th. Here you see, okay, there's also st inside, but due to that it's not at the end, it's still part of the regex extract. Yes, the next one is already a little bit more complicated. So what it does, at the beginning we have a dot star, which means here at the middle part, we are defining what we need or what it needs to contain, let's say it like that. Before or after, we are not interested in. So if there's something or not important for us. And we then say, okay, we are putting 2 slashes inside, or backslashes, whatever, but you know what I mean. Then we are putting a bracket inside, another bracket. Then we say, okay, everything inside these brackets again is interesting for us. We say, okay, again 2 slashes, and then again a closing bracket. What does that mean? This is at the end one information for regex, which means, okay, I'm interested in everything inside the string, which is part of a bracket or of a pair of brackets. So I'm at the end, and when you also see the output, Townsend at 4th, I'm getting everything inside brackets. Here, for example, I'm getting a null because there are no brackets inside the string. But due to that, you have the problem that the bracket itself has a reserve functionality in regexes. You need to find a way to say, hey, now I do not want to use the reserved functionality from regexes. I would like to use the bracket itself for checking it in the string. And due to that, we say, okay, we are putting 2 slashes before the bracket. And then we tell regex by that, okay, when there are 2 slashes before a character or before any kind of sign, please use that to basically check string with that value. So due to that, in this case, it's really checking inside the string, is there a bracket or not? Then here we say, okay, everything inside the bracket, because so here we are saying, okay, checking inside the string, the bracket. Then this bracket here has again the reserved functionality, which says, okay, give me everything inside, closing bracket, function, so reserve functionality until here, then it's done, because then we have again 2 slashes and then the not reserved functionality of the bracket, which means everything before the bracket inside the string. I hope that is quite clear. But that's exactly what it's doing. So always when you see 1 slash or 2 slashes, it depends on the system. There's also the way, it could be that I show it to you. I'm not doing it. So let's say there is a way in BigQuery to basically also use just 1 slash. We are now using 2 slashes. But even if you put 1 slash or 2 slashes, depends on the system, you are basically eliminating the reserve functionality for that character. You are using it directly as a usual character you need to check inside the regex or regular expression. Yes, so that's it. And due to that, you see here basically these values because they're inside the brackets, inside the string. And then you have the 4th example. The 4th example is already a little bit more complex. I will not go into super detail, but just that you see quite crazy regexes, and that's not the craziest regex you will see when you're Googling for it. There are way more crazy regexes out there to fit your needs at the end. But let's try it. So we say with that one, as you know already from regex contains some minutes ago, we need to start or we need to check the beginning of the string. And then we say, okay, everything from the beginning on I'm interested in. And basically with that one, I'm saying, yeah, I want to take everything before the first number. Because with that one, we at the end say D is shown for a digit. And due to that, we say, okay, everything before the digit, due to that we basically have this combination here. We say, okay, please extract everything before the first digit in the string. So let's check it. San Francisco Caldwell, Townsend, at, and even the white space we still have, because we have here at and then the 4th, which is not interesting for us anymore in regex 4. So here I think it's quite easy showable. So here we have just San Francisco Caldwell with the white space without the 2 and everything afterwards, because the 2 is the first digit. Here, for example, we have a null. Why? Because it starts with a digit, and due to that, basically nothing is extracted because it immediately starts with a digit. So yes, and that's it. So like that, we can now go through all the examples. But I think it's clear what, for example, all these 4 regexes are, and especially how regex extract works, which is quite important, and you will need to use it in certain ways during your SQL journey. So let's take the last one. So now we can check the 3rd functionality in BigQuery, which is the regex replace function in BigQuery. So let's take a look. So we have still the start station name, same kind of a model. Group by 1, so start station name, order by count or desk, no changes, by extra trips, easy peasy. But now we have regex replace, and regex replace takes 3 parameters. We have the start station name. So again, which value we would like to check. So in this case, start station name, we could also take a static string value, makes not much sense, but we could do. But here we are saying, okay, please take the value from the column start station name. The second one, the second parameter is for which character / string we would like to check, and we would like to replace it at the end by the 3rd parameter. So checking, is the 2nd parameter inside, and if yes, replacing it with the 3rd parameter. So in this case, I already executed the query. We are checking, is there a th inside? And if yes, replace it by nothing. Which means at the end, it's kind of an elimination. It's something for regex replace you will find often, that you're at the end just saying, okay, if you find something like that, please just delete it. And that's it. So put empty string instead. So let's check it. So we have San Francisco Caldwell, Townsend at 4th. And here we have just Townsend at 4, and that's it. Here we have, I think that's the same, but we have here, for example, where do we have better examples? Here, for example, Townsend at 7, And here we have just Townsend at 7, just a number. Market at 10, and so on and so on. I think quite easy what it does. Here we have, for example, San Francisco Cauldron Townsend at 4th, and here we have just Townsend at TH. Why? Because we are just saying with that one, okay, please delete every digit inside the string. So due to that, in none of these regex 2 values, we will have any digit inside. Quite easy, I think. Then we have start station name San Francisco, and please replace San Francisco with SF. This we need to check now, but here we have already a really good example. So it's San Francisco Ferry Building, whatever. And this one is now SF Ferry Building. I think, for example, one thing could be a big case when, or maybe even a better solution, by that you say, okay, please always switch the corresponding long name of a city or whatever with a code, with a short code of the city name, that it's basically easier to save or better readable or whatever, or not that long. Something, for example, you could imagine, which is where this kind of stuff is quite useful. So due to that, San Francisco we are searching for, and we want to replace it to, or we want to change it to SF. And then we have also usual use case, maybe we want to switch street to ST, because sometimes, as you maybe already know, the bike share trips table, sometimes there's ST inside, sometimes street, and we would like to uniform it a bit by saying, okay, we are just replacing street with ST. So let's check if we have there also a good example. Maybe we need to scroll a bit, but let's see. So here we have ST and ST. Due to that, this stays the same as you see. And where do we have an example? I hope I did not. I already scrolled over an example. Else we are just quickly making. Okay, let's maybe quickly do how we can do that? We could say, for example, where regex contains start station name, and then, so now we can say, okay, street, because the where is always before any formatting, any select statements are happening. It's taking basically the war data or the from data, so from the table, is true. So let's check if that works. Is it green? It's green. Let's go. Yes. So here we have Powell Street, and now we are replacing it by Powell ST BART. Here the same 19th Street BART station. Here we have 19th ST BART station. Now, for example, we have a uniform format for street or ST, because we're always using ST now. As you can see, regular expressions are quite useful if you need to find certain patterns in your string data. And regular expressions are the holy grail for this use case. And you can design them much more complex so that they exactly fit your needs. So check out other resources, play around with regular expressions, that you get more experience with these. But that's it. If you want to have more information about SQL in general, you can check out our blogs on Medium, posts on LinkedIn, and our website. The important links you'll find in the description, and then see you in the next video.